Well, you can see where we're going. It's at the pockets on the outside of 10. So here we go, out again. The Zepheros has gone. Long live the Zepheros. I couldn't be doing with that tiny tent last week. So, back in the Lanshan, different location, and I thought I'd book some better weather, so we've gone for this lovely sunny day. And I quite like snow, so I booked some snow for tonight. So we're going to have a bit of fun tonight. Shane's with us again with his 47 bags. Gone a bit lighter, he says, but so we're just taking it very steady going up here, and I'll talk to you probably on the top. So on the map, I'll put it on the screen. It tells you there's a spring in the middle of this field, and you can see, sure enough, look how wet it is. This little feature that we see coming in here is also clearly marked on the map, so you can spot the spring. And you can hear from that there's good flowing water there. Oh, it's been very wet, so but that's worth knowing. We're at no height from the car park, so we're not really saving that much, but it's good to know there's a water source, and I will put the OS coordinate on the screen. And if ever you're doing White Edge and you need a water source, that's where it is. When the going gets tough, the tough stop and have a rest. The other thing you'll notice is the wonderful hat, which I will explain a bit more later. Not sponsored, I promise, but I was given it, and I did say I would mention where it came from and why it's so good. And glasses. I had glasses on last week, but they were an old pair. I've got a new pair of glasses. I have ditched the contact lenses. I got sick and fed up with the blooming things falling out, not being able to focus on the telly, having grit in them. Oh, I've still got some. I will wear them occasionally, but I'm back in glasses now, so old school. You see them here? There's about a dozen. What a beautiful night. First time I've had the warning on my camera about it being too low to charge. It's just, you see behind me coming up to sunset. We've seen a herd of deer which went down through the gap, and they appear to have gone into the valley. They must know about the weather. And we're all set up. It's nice to get to be back in the Lanshan. It's like a palace in here. So much space, headroom, big vestibules. All right, you get some flapping. It's not going to be too windy tonight, but even then, I'm not bothered. It's nice. It's a beautiful tent. Shane's set up in his. I haven't shown you his tent, have I? Might be the morning when I do that now. He's laughing with his blowy thing and stuff. Right, so I'll spin you round and show you what we've got in here. Okay, so we've got Z-Light, Big Angus Rapide, Leviathan 900, Flextail pillow. There's me. I have brought a pot. Got 3 litre water, a book to read. Some electronics in that bag there. Head torch, gloves are all ready. And that's all my cooking stuff, which I'm going to go through now. So last week I was talking about Stripey Guy's cooker system. I should have been insane. It's the Wildside Adventures Featherlight 700. And what you get is the standard Toaks titanium pot, which is beautiful. I mean, the Toaks pot is weighs 88 grams. Incredible. Really nice pot. Obviously comes with a lid. Then you get the Featherlight titanium windshield, which weighs 32 grams. It is a little bit fiddly to set up, but what it allows you to do is to cook onto levels, and I don't think people are fully grasping that. So on that one there, you could put a frying pan. When you put them both together, it will hold the Toaks pot, which is obviously good. I'm not going to film myself setting up because it is a bit of a faff. I also have inside there a Sea to Summit cup and a Sea to Summit mug. The mug is a metal one. I usually use that for coffee and for soup. Break. In the Toaks bag, I always have a solder mat for going underneath, especially on dry grass like this. It's very easy for a fire to spread, and the bottom of these spirit burners gets hot and it would go through. Now this is the Wildside Adventures spirit burner. It's not very good, sadly. So I'll show you why it's not very good in a minute. I use the speedster stove and I've got the larger one. And again, I will show you why shortly. It's another spirit stove. It's a little bit difficult to get the lid off. So, see, it's a bigger stove, but there's a really big reason why I use them. Just using that's not lighting, is it? That lit first go. And people are reporting this. I've had other people report the same to me, saying that this one is very, very difficult to light. So it's a shame, because the rest of the Wildside Adventure ones is brilliant, and I'm sure that Stripey Guy will take on board the feedback and swap. This on most of these titanium pots, actually, the little triangular handle at the top, you just slide it to one side and it usually catches and there's a place for it to stand up, and then you slide it again and it'll fall over. So that's nearly boiling. That's brilliant. What I've done there, I've just put it in this pot, just barely covered it with water, and I'm going to leave that one to sit. This tiny little potluck has also got the slide forward, so it slides forward now and it's locked. Now, going to leave it to soak for about 10 minutes. That won't go in my Wildside Adventures burner. So I've got the speedster stoves. got the speedster stoves. Pan stand there. This little aluminium cross. I'll put some more fuel in, and then that will sit round it. And my little pot will stand on there. What I'll do is after 10 minutes I will bring it to the boil, 2 or 3 minutes on the boil, and then it'll be ready to eat. I'll show you then. So that's had 10 minutes soak and then 3 minutes boil. That is delicious. So I've been given this hat by a friend, and it is a Hey Up pure, local pure new wool. We're a small flock of sheep enjoying the good life. Some of those have white fleeces, some of them are brown, and the Hebrideans are pure jet black. Shearing happens once a year, then our different coloured fleeces are lightly washed, blended all together and spun into a distinct grey yarn. It's a completely natural, traceable local product, renewable, sustainable, biodegradable and environmentally friendly. Our wool fibres are durable, insulated and water resistant, and they retain the natural properties of our fleeces in winter and keep us warm and dry, which is brilliant. So I'll put some information on there on the screen just now about where you can get them from. It is a lovely wool hat. It is obviously, as you would expect from a wool hat, it's very warm. It feels lovely. I've had this on for 5-6 hours and my head isn't itching at all. I'm going to keep it on all night, in fact. So yeah, you can see the one I've got here. My daughter got a hat with a hole in the top, so her hair bobbles out the top, which is brilliant. And they also do like a wrap kind. I'll put a photo of it on there because I'm not very good at describing it. Lovely. This isn't sponsored. The lady hasn't asked me to give me any kind of. She did give me the hat, but that was in return for a favour, because she loves me because I'm a lovely bloke, of course. Good morning. Right, really good night's sleep. Cold. It dipped a little bit below freezing at one point, but it's been then it got warmer. 3 o'clock I heard rain, and then shortly afterwards the sound of it changed, and I looked outside. One great thing about the Lanshan is you can peer under the edges, and it was sleet, big flakes of snow. I did take a little bit of footage, but steady pack up now. It's coming up for 6:30. Just doing my breakfast, which is when I find it, Alpen porridge, and I'll put some milk powder in it, so I'll see how that goes. All my batteries are drained. My torchlight went out for the first time I've ever known it go out, and I put it onto charge on the power bank, and the power bank I've got a really nice one. It's 10,000 milliamp hours, and I've never used more than half of that. But my power bank was complete flat, so I should have kept that in my pocket, close to my body, to keep the heat on it. So my phone hasn't charged. I've only got about 40% left on my phone. and I'm using my head torch, but it's alright, it's not a problem. Just something to bear in mind for next time. Leave no trace, that's the site. And I've had a look round, there's nothing left. That Shane's over there is the same. Going to use the poles going down. But still pretty much clagged.